Welcome back to Final Score. Getting ready to wrap up the show. Keaton Homer in the studios along with you. Be sure you tune in to Final Score tomorrow, 5 p.m., right here on GCI Cable Channel 19 and Broadcast Channel 35. You can check out older episodes of Final Score online at alaskasportschannel.com. There's a link at the top of the page to check out those other episodes. Well, this just in. Freshman running back for the Oklahoma Sooners, suspended for the year. Joe Mixon, who was one of the top 5 running backs in the nation coming into this year. Top 5 freshman running backs. Suspended after an altercation at I believe a restaurant in Norman, where he assaulted a female and got in, I don't know if he avoided police or whatever, but anyway, Joe Mixon suspended for the whole year now after this whole investigation seems to be completed. Might be still some more investigation to go, but the Oklahoma Sooners have suspended their running back, Joe Mixon, who looked like he could have been the starter going into the year. Wasn't at camp because of this whole investigation. And it's sad to see that happen. It is very sad to see that happen. But I think the Oklahoma Sooners did the right thing. When you have a player that is in the limelight like that, and he does something that's significant, and a wrong action that's significant, beating up a woman, you have to take action. Have to. And this, I'm not going to say that the two are related here, but the Ray Rice situation, which we talked about, a month ago or so here on Final Score, when he beat up or knocked out his fiancée. I think the Oklahoma Sooners kind of learned from that and how people outlashed it. The NFL didn't suspend Ray Rice long enough. They only suspended him for 2 games. And I think maybe that was some of the consideration here. When this whole Joe Mixon thing came down of him in the altercation with him and a female at a restaurant. And I think that was some of the consideration. Not only with the Oklahoma Sooner coaching staff, with Bob Stoops, but also the administration at the University of Oklahoma from President David Boren and everybody else. That had to go into consideration. If they didn't suspend Joe Mixon for some type of length of time, the backlash that they would receive from the public, that had to go into consideration. Had to. And an interesting point was brought up by one of my friends talking about this case. What if it was a guy that got beat up? What if? Would there be a suspension? Would it be warranted? Would people view it differently? It's kind of interesting to think about. If it was a guy, 2 guys getting in a fight at a restaurant versus a guy and a girl getting in a fight at a restaurant. Kind of interesting to think about how that whole dichotomy plays out. But anyway, big news out of today was Joe Mixon getting suspended for the whole year from the University of Oklahoma. We'll see if he gets reinstated next season by Oklahoma. Before we go, I want to show you this video. Minor League Baseball has some of the funniest stuff and how minor league managers react to certain calls. And this minor league manager absolutely loses his mind with the home plate umpire as the umpire ejects the manager, and you can see him very frustrated with the call, taking off his shoes, taking off his uniform at home plate, and this is all after he's been ejected. I just think it's hilarious how managers react when a call doesn't go their way. Kind of funny stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it for Final Score. Thanks a lot for tuning in here on GCI Cable Channel 19. Thanks a lot to our guy behind the wall, the man behind the curtain, Charles Steigelman, putting the show together once again here on Final Score. Be sure you tune in tomorrow right here on GCI Cable Channel 19. I'm Keaton Homer. We bid you adieu. Good night, everybody.